Hello, and welcome back to your very own side quest. We hope you had a good weekend. Alright. Now, this week I want to talk to you guys about something that I feel like will elicit very different responses. And the people listening at home, maybe find them something new to try out. And this week I want to talk about systems, different RPG systems. And you know what? I'm just going to simply start by asking, what system do you think you've had the most fun playing? Alright? We're not going to go through the pet pleasantries of like, oh, you know, we got this cool thing cooked. No. I want to jump straight into the questions because I feel like I just want to ask some more. I just want to ask some more. Is that so wrong? A guy's got to ask these questions.
For everyone listening, this is take two.
For editor, bleep him out and redacted it.
That is why I look so distraught.
Editor, cut it all out. Cut them all out.
It took far too long.
1984.
Illuminati confirmed. Illuminati.
Editor, you can just cut all that out. Put a big puppy.
1984.
This isn't the Ryan show. This is side quest, bitch.
Yeah, bitch. And the editor doesn't do what I say. So maybe you'll do it this
Well,
time.
to answer the question.
Yeah, Noah. What do you think?
What was the question?
Let me answer since I know.
What system do you think you've had the most fun playing?
I forgot the word for system. That's what happened. Well, the system I think I've had the most fun with, it's probably D&D, honestly. It's the one I'm most familiar with. I love the flow of combat. The initiative system's pretty fun. You know, not everybody whoever has the highest dex isn't just gonna keep going first, like Call of Cthulhu. There's some variance to it. I also love spells. I love all the different kind of spells in D&D. I know Call of Cthulhu has a bunch. But I haven't really gotten into those. Of course, there are a couple things. There were a couple spells in there, but I'm not as familiar with it as I am with D&D. Okay. And I played. There was a superhero one called Monsters and
Villains or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Monsters.
Then I played 5e. I played 3.5. I played Call of Cthulhu. And recently we got a new Avatar: The Last Airbender role-playing game, which we're hoping to start soon. That sounds hopefully be
not sponsored.
Fun.
We're not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
We wish we were.
All
no,
rights
we just want to play it.
To the Magpie Game Company and Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that'll be
Nickelodeon. I forgot it was a Nickelodeon show.
F in chat.
Oops.
We don't condone Nickelodeon's recent light.
Recent? It's not
Editor,
recent.
put up press F to pay respects.
I apologize, Drake Bell. I apologize.
No, you don't.
So you just the generalized classic D&D. Who doesn't love it?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like it's just it's the best thing to have fun with. And you know what? I want to make Callie wait till the end since she really wants to jump into it. We'll jump over to Evan. I want to know what your answer is.
So rude.
I'm
his girlfriend, by the way.
I'm
Put
saucy
that there.
today. I'm saucy today.
If you don't see Ryan after this episode, just know that Halia killed him.
I didn't
What the
do
fuck
it.
was that?
No, Ryan, no!
I didn't do that.
Gone.
Pipe
God.
bomb. Anyways, I've really wanted to try out first edition D&D. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos explaining it. Plus, I've seen like old Genesis games based around the first edition. Plus, I just want to be able to use the spell Sticks to Snakes because that just seems funny as fuck. Like
That's
you're walking
that sounds like a great spell.
You're just walking in a forest and there's a pile of twigs and it's like clerics like Sticks to Snakes.
For
It does
what?
sound very Harry Potter-esque. Like
Yeah.
that's something like McGonagall would cast.
Yeah, but also
That's
just it's interesting to see how it all started, especially with like classes and races, because it wasn't necessarily class and a race. It was just class, and so halfling was its own class, elf was its own class, and then in order to be a certain class, you need to have the prerequisite ability score. So like if you had a 9 intelligence, you couldn't be a wizard.
Well, same thing in D&D.
Yeah, but like it starts off that way, and you need to have said skill or ability score. To be fair, if it's in normal D&D, I don't know because I don't really read that stuff. I just kind of go for it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, who wants to play a wizard with 9 intelligence anyway?
I mean,
Like,
That'd be
it's
funny as hell.
It would be
That would be
funny,
funny.
but like you'd be so useless.
Absolutely. But amazing.
And then also Thaco.
Whoa.
What?
Thaco?
Yeah, to hit armor class 0, so it's pretty much just AC. But I don't know. I've heard it's very hard to understand, but I feel like it'd be a neat challenge.
I know it's like it's the pretty like opposite of a fucking role playing game as well. It's like you're playing to win kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think D&D first edition kind of inspired GURPS, or GURPS inspired D&D first edition, something like
GURPS?
Isn't that the noise Noah makes? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on. I haven't GURPed in 10 years, Halia.
What is
that. No, I
GURP?
didn't realize.
I don't know.
Anyways.
That.
It's a gulp, not a GURP.
That'd be great for audio listeners.
Interesting to see how the system has evolved over the years. I agree with that. Well, let's move on to Alyssa.
Huh?
What's your answer to this said question? Just to repeat the question.
Thank you.
What system have you had the most fun playing?
The most fun? Probably D&D. Because magic. And I don't have to have a panic attack every session.
So true.
Home Zen. But, that was
Tune in Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Woo woo. That was a big spike in my audio. Noise warning? I don't know. But, yeah. D&D for sure, because you get to be a goofy little fantasy creature in a fantasy world, and you get to forget all of life's responsibilities for a few hours. So
That, yeah.
and
You
also you
succeed
can
the
just
world now.
throw fucking fireballs at people. What fun!
Also, a good thing about D&D is that it's at least D&D 5th edition is that it's easy to pick up.
Yeah,
At least easier than the other previous editions were.
yeah. I would not know because I have not played it, but fifth edition D&D was the first TTRPG I ever played. So
I would say same here. No, I think Fallout PMP was the first, but we didn't really
Then 3.5.
we didn't really use Fallout PMP rules. We kind of just used D&D rules in the Fallout PMP universe.
Did we?
I think we did, yeah.
That's funny.
I feel like you pulled up the PNP stuff and we printed it off.
Yeah, but I was like, this seems too complicated.
these rules so
I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't-
copy
I
Critical
wouldn't-
Role.
I wouldn't
This
know. I
shit
didn't read the rules.
sucks.
I was just like, Noah, how do we do this? And you were like, here you go.
This guy
Yeah.
stinks.
If that's the way we want to play, go for it. I mean, we had fun.
Oh,
At least
yeah,
I had fun.
100%. I had a lot of fun. I actually have a funny story about that after. Editor, remind me in 5 minutes. Halia, what system do you think you've had the most fun playing?
Cock.
Which is Call of Cthulhu.
Care to elaborate?
cock. Period.
Over. I mean, I enjoy that more than D&D. Just because it's more realistic and
Yeah.
it's to do with more supernatural things and like paranormal than just straight up fantasy and like dragons, which is fine. It's not a bad thing. It's just when I was introduced to Call of Cthulhu, I was like, this is kind of more fun because it's so like dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Which is I enjoy the scare tactics of it all.
Well, D&D can be dangerous too. It's just the problem in D&D is that you get to the point where you're powerful enough where sometimes the danger isn't as present as it would be in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, I don't know. Just because, like, everything else in D&D, I haven't been like, oh god. I've just been like, okay.
And
It's
more
a
Yeah,
dragon.
okay.
It's a purple worm.
Easier to empathize for a regular Joe.
Yeah, it's not like someone who can swing a sword real big, who can
Yeah.
cast,
It's
like,
easier
Not
to
someone
role
that can
20th
play
level
stop time.
Cthulhu.
music.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
don't really have to be like, what would this kind like? What would a fucking elf wizard who's lived for 1 trillion years? What would he think of this situation? You're just
Yeah.
like, what does this
I had a
fucking
problem with that.
20-year-old bartender think about the fucking situation?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's more fun for me to make realistic characters and then put them through some awful shit. And then
Man, my life must be
Trauma.
a Call of Cthulhu character, because holy fuck.
yeah, see
Hey,
exactly.
whoever's playing me, can you like just cheat and like change my credit rating and maybe add a little bit of cash in my wallet? That'd be awesome.
No.
I
Evan
don't
will
know.
remember
It's just
that.
like
But
Just slide the DM a crisp $10 bill.
get me
It's-
another bill. But yeah,
it's
hell yeah.
also yeah.
Please continue.
Okay. I don't know. Just it's more fun, and I've been more attached to my Call of Cthulhu characters than I have my D&D characters.
Agreed.
Like specifically. Oh woo, no. She's
Editor.
not.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
You've talked about it before though in previous podcasts.
Have I?
Yes.
Oh,
We'll get to
it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, Call of Cthulhu
Yeah.
characters are great. I had a character in one of Ryan's old Call of Cthulhu campaigns. Which was called the Livingstone Company.
Mhm.
We all are, I guess,
Great
Noah and
campaign.
I played in it. Alyssa and Evan were not.
I didn't invite them.
Yeah, they were on their own side quest.
Yes, they were.
Even
They
though
both
I
did it
got
terribly.
lost
Didn't
in the mail.
Didn't want them playing it.
And I played a character named Alora, and she was amazing. I mean, I wasn't as attached as I am with my other characters, but I definitely loved her and loved playing as her. Yeah, it's more fun to go through the more realistic route than straight up just fantasy. So
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I 100% agree with the fact that it's much easier to get to attach to a character, and it is a lot of fun to just play through stuff that you wish was real. And it's like, you know, I'm sure we've all had that moment where like, damn it, why can't I like make stuff float in my mind? And you really try, or you try to put a fire out with your mind, and then like you played like Call of Cthulhu, and you're like, okay, this is like this a setting I'm familiar with because I live in this world, duh. And there's also like, I don't know, depending on what kind of thing you're playing, ghosts, or oh my god, I can make lights
Yeah.
on fire with my mind. Like,
yeah,
it's
it's just it's so cool.
more
and then you can-
digestible.
Yeah, and you can just think of like the weirdest shit for like, bless you,
Thank you.
for like cryptid core, which I love cryptid core so much. And it's just fun. If you haven't played it, you should.
Yeah, well, my answer is probably something not a lot of people have, or maybe people have heard about it. Maybe it's like a phenomenon that we don't even know about. Maybe there's a critical role of this system. Star Wars Saga, 7th edition. We've played maybe 3 sessions total of it. Now, no one here is that big of a Star Wars fans.
Nope.
No Star Wars Andys in here.
Nope.
But
I've watched the movies.
yeah, I've watched the
Same.
movies. I think it's a cool setting, and the game, the system itself is a very, very nice, similar but also different to like normal D&D. Pretty similar in the statistics and the rolling aspect of it. But it was nice to see a kind of like I guess like a class roll. I guess I recommend checking it out yourself. It has some pretty cool rules in there.
It can be
I don't
kind
wa-
of confusing, but
I had a lot of fun
Yeah.
playing it when we did. So
Honestly, I have no memory of any of the rules or how to play.
same.
Yeah.
you guys have
At all.
I don't think I ever got to play. I think I missed
No.
it.
Yeah, you
Damn.
missed the. There's
I
3
think-
separate times we tried to play it, and all 3 times, yeah, like I think only like 4 or 5 people of the fellows showed up. So,
And each time
Uh,
was in my parents' garage.
I had a lot of
Let's
fun
go.
with it though.
The one was in the living room or the
That's true.
dining room.
Oh,
That's true.
Yeah.
my
I
bad.
remember that.
Sorry.
Many a Home's End session has been run in that garage too.
Yeah.
True.
That's true.
all the best sessions
will
are
miss
run
that
in the
garage.
garage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
can we
the
buy a
yell
garage
freely.
just to play in?
Can we rent out your parents' garage?
No.
I really miss the sweaty summer days sitting there going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Quick side tangent. Remember when Noah and I did the one chip challenge?
Editor,
Oh
if you
my
can find
That's
the
on my
footage-
that's on my
Editor-
Snapchat, bro.
Editor, if you can find the footage, put that up, please.
Yeah, I started
I
singing
haven't-
I started singing that song.
Fuck, I almost threw
Yeah.
up. It was terrible.
You can't get the footage.
No.
It's over.
It's on Snapchat.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
lost
sure
my
you
mind
have it
so
on your
hard I
Instagram.
started.
Oh well, I mean yeah, but you have to like clip it.
I lost my
Either
mind so
one.
hard I started singing what's the song from
Hellfire from Notre Dame.
Hellfire, yeah.
Yeah.
Busting out some
And
fucking
it's
choir
so-
shit.
I wish I
Funny.
was there.
It was
Me in
so funny.
tears.
Like I was sitting across from Noah recording, and I just look over and he's like,
Yeah, trying to survive. That shit was
and
fucking deathly.
tears are streaming down his face. I
And
was
then
like,
me, it's like
oh God.
I was hiccuping.
I have no idea what
burping
you were
so
doing.
much.
My ass was
I
in
look
my
over
own
at
fucking
Evan.
head.
Evan walks out, beat ass red, drinking and chugging like a thing of milk.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
bro.
I can only imagine the reactions you guys had to eating the chip were very similar on the way out. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
anyways.
I wasn't. Yeah.
I had a lot of
We
fun
don't need to
playing,
get on that.
I had a lot of fun playing Star Wars Saga. I would love to go back to it. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. It's just
Ain't no
see
one
the
gonna
problem.
run
The
that
problem.
shit.
Yeah. See that's the problem with new systems is no one ever wants to run them, but people always want to play in them. And it just so happens that every system that we want to run, I'm like, oh, I'd love to. Oh, let's go. How many times are you gonna play this, Ryan? One cut to me DMing it because no one else wants to DM it. So
Well, you DM the Star Wars one.
I did.
No.
Hannah ran
Did
it
you?
once, and then I ran the other two sessions.
Oh
Did you?
damn.
No,
Yep.
I don't believe that's how it went.
Hannah
'Cause-
ran it once. Okay.
No,
That's
In
not
your-
true.
in
Yes,
your
yes,
living
yes,
room.
yes, yes.
And then
yes.
I ran some on
Yeah.
a desert planet.
Oh.
Never
I was-
touched it again.
For
Oh,
Hannah's?
I did play in the. I played in the Desert Planet one. I remember that.
For
now.
Hannah's, I played a Mandalorian, and for yours, I played Hannah's
think I only
character's
played the
robot
one with
companion,
Hannah.
A drone. Huh?
Drone. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I,
So-
I played a 6-shooter in Ryan's first session.
Yeah, you were the Zamorak, right? Or the
Was
yeah,
I?
yeah.
Was I
Zabrak.
in
the
Something like
Zabrak.
that.
We should play the Fallout one again.
Yes, you were a Wookiee.
Oh.
Well,
I do
speaking of the
agree we should
Fallout
play the
one,
Fallout one again.
I had a very, very
Because
fun,
I really like that stuff too.
fun
It's
story
fun.
looking back on it. Very disheartening when we were playing. So Noah was running this Fallout PNP. I think you know where I'm going with this. It was Fallout
Yeah.
PNP session, and I was like, yeah, dude, I really want to play. And you're like, yeah, you know, like you're escaping the vault, and like on one door there's like this power armor training, all the power armor you could ever get. And the other hand, like, save my character. And I was like, yeah, I'll save your character, man. And he was like, are you sure you want to like do that? Dude, that's a lot of power armor you go get. And I was like, no, dude, I'm gonna save your character.
What?
so
I
we
did
can-"
that?
Yeah, because you really
I got
didn't
no
want to
fucking
play.
memory of this shit.
You really didn't want to play, and I was like, yeah, I'll save your character. And you're like, dude, like, and I was like, no, I want to keep.
Damn, I blocked that shit out.
Yeah, it
that's
was.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Or Jordan's character for one of those was
Oh yeah, he didn't have his charisma stat.
yeah. So
His charisma was 0. It is like bio. He's like, everybody in the vault liked me, and I was like, your charisma 0, buddy. Everybody thought you were a
He
disgusting
thinks-
monster.
He thinks
they
everyone
treated
liked
him
it.
real nice. I bet they
Yeah.
probably treated him real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
Yeah,
I'll
speaking
sit
of the
with them, I
Fallout
guess.
campaign as well, the one that Ryan ran, I was also playing I was playing a more charisma type character, but he had some experience in guns. And there was a moment when a big shootout occurred in the town, and we were all like rushing around. I believe some super mutants came attacking,
Yeah.
and I fired some shots. I think I fired like probably 10 or so shots in total. Missed every single shot, and I think I had like a 60% chance to hit them. Nope. My ass was blind, apparently. I had nothing.
The dust got in your eyes.
Yeah, I was wearing sunglasses too.
Oh, that's
That
fine.
might have been it. Sunglasses in the night.
Yeah, that was it was a lot of fun. So just also again for another side tangent. So I reworked Call of Cthulhu into its own Fallout PnP system. If anyone's interested, I guess I could try to hook you up with the rules and whatnot on the character sheet. Which the character sheet was done excellently by
can hook you
our
up.
friend Brendan or
What?
Molotov.
Shout out.
It was he did a very good job on the character sheet, and I was very excited to run this session. And I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna go so good. Then we got to combat, and I didn't put too much thought into it. I was like, this is gonna be Call of Cthulhu combat, and Call of Cthulhu combat isn't meant for huge shootouts or like long term like 10-round kinds of things. And first of all, not a random initiative order. If you had high dex, you're going first, or agility, you're going first. And you have a static percentage chance to hit that you had to put points into. So it was like, do I want to put points into that, or do I want to put points I didn't think it through at all, and I need to go back through and rework it. But I had a lot of fun. Abby definitely willing to. It's just a problem of reworking an entire combat or systems combat. It's a very daunting task that who really wants to undergo? It's a lot of work.
While we were out shopping, when Ryan got the Avatar: The Last Airbender starter kit, there was also a Fallout one, like a Fallout RPG starter kit.
Definitely
That's
something
true.
that we should go back and get.
Yeah, let's go spend another $200.
Yeah, let's just spend it. Can we
Let's
do
go!
$200.
I spent $130 on the fucking deck of many things.
It looked
I'm
cool.
good
It
for
looks
it.
cool.
Yeah,
It's very pretty.
I'm really excited for that.
We're gonna
Well,
have to put that in
speaking
every
of-
single other campaign after this.
We have to.
Speaking
Gotta
of
get the money's worth.
excited, what do you guys think your favorite part from these systems are? So you know how you can level up in D&D. There's like the entire insanity thing with Call of Cthulhu. I'll start us off with this one. I absolutely fucking love leveling up in D&D. Like holy
That's
shit,
true.
it just feels so good to hear your DM go, "You level up." And,
Yeah.
It makes me excited. Oh! Makes me excited to hear when the DM goes, "You get to level up." Even if it's like a spellcaster, I'm like, I gotta pick more spell. I don't care. Let me pick those spells.
I think it hits a bit harder for us just because we do milestone instead of XP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever done XP.
We've
Full
done
That'd be an
it
interesting experiment to try.
once, I think.
Full budget.
But yeah, just leveling up feels so.
Yeah. So
It's like,
gratifying.
I did it.
It's better than sex.
I did it. Couldn't be me. I'm celibate. Anyways, we'll jump over to speaking of someone who's celibate, Evan.
The fuck?
Got him.
What's your favorite part from these systems?
No, I don't want to answer. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the biggest like insult.
Fucking calling me celibate.
You
God
could've
damn,
been
I
told.
didn't choose this life. It chose me.
Brother.
Bro, you're acting like he just called your mom like every name in the book.
It's because he did.
She just called you celibate.
You guys didn't see the private message I sent him.
Yeah, come on.
I said, say, no, fuck you. I'm not going to answer that question. Just kidding.
He has my parents.
What's your favorite aspect of the D&D system, Evan?
Okay. We don't want someone to call the cops on us.
Madness, and any of the sorts. So it could be from
True.
Dungeons and Dragons or Call of Cthulhu. Just seeing what could possibly happen and how each person reacts to said madness.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, with Call of Cthulhu, recently Briar ended up getting a fear of smoke. Was it or?
What are you talking
Yep,
about?
it was
That?
fear
Dude,
smoke, I think.
nothing
Well,
bad ever happens to Briar. Nothing bad
Well,
ever
like an
happens to
engine
Weathers.
room.
Oh.
While crawling through smoky pipes.
No,
Usually
nothing bad.
I try to make the fear associated with whatever caused it. And for Briar, he was
Yeah.
going through this big mess of pipe work, which we'll get into at some point. And it would occasionally shoot off these bouts of steam. And when looking through the chart, I saw fear of smoke, and I was like, hey, that'll work.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, that
Nothing bad ever happens to the Briars.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I love
Madness is great. There's so many different things you could do with it.
It's so
and
good.
It's like it's random in a sense. So whatever happens, it's mostly bad. I'm not sure it could ever be good, but there are some less bad things that could happen.
I personally love how I've done it with Out of the Abyss, because we were just talking about playing Out of the Abyss this weekend. Like just fucking with you guys. It's fun.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Fix that
Definitely-
sentence. Fucking with Aries. It's only been
excuse me?
Aries.
Each
No,
of you
we've
had a
all
moment.
got mad at some point. Yeah.
You've all had bad experiences. You literally turned into a mushroom.
She had
Well,
They don't try
Mark
to
had it the
destroy
worst.
our party, though.
mushrooms aside, Madness is very fun, especially as a player, because you get to role play how your character would react. That's a lot of fun.
As a DM, it's fun seeing how you guys take on those aspects of your character.
My favorite one was when I made you guys think that you were making progress and then just sent you right back to where you started.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ding.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it was
DM.
it was very strange that moment, because there were some things that we did that kind of helped us in the future. I believe there like some of the things that we did were almost like clairvoyant in a sense, and there were some things that weren't the same.
Yep. I think
Very
it
strange.
I definitely think it really played well into your character for Out of the Abyss, mainly just because you met like a
Yeah.
deity of sorts.
Yeah, because the whole thing is we had like a whole session that we did, and my character was a Circle of the Stars druid. They were also a fairy from the Feywild, and they were sent out to go look for this sea of stars under the ground in the Underdark.
The Undershine.
And throughout the journey, yeah, it was called the Undershine. And throughout the journey, she was always looking for it, and eventually they came across this big open cavern where the big like a huge pile of smoke in the air, is how I pictured it at least, and there were a bunch of small stars up. And when she went up, because he could fly, they went up, and he met I believe it was Oberon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, basically the way she thought of it was that she met her father, or like the father of all the people of the Feywild. And she was like, "Oh my God, that's crazy! You're here. It's the Undershine."
The way that I had introduced it, Oberon was you flew up, but you realized that the stars that you were seeing were actually light reflecting off of the crystals that were forming on the roof of this cavern.
Mhm.
And in the reflection of one, you saw what seemed to be a white stag. And for those who know, the symbol of Oberon is that of a white stag.
Also the symbol of James Potter.
So true.
So true. So true.
Yeah, they had a discussion, and it was really eye-opening for my character, who was named Wicker, by the way.
Wicker basket.
Yeah, because they were
Yes,
born in a
ma'am.
wicker basket, and in a little lore I had, all the fairies are named after things that they were born in.
That's funny.
Yeah, full name
that's
was
cute.
Wicker Basket.
That's adorable.
Weird. Mine's Dirty Puddle.
Yeah, it's cool because one of her mentors was named Meteorite, or I think it was just Meteor.
Whoa.
Yeah, and she was like the main seer of the stars or whatever.
You think
God damn.
fairies competed to see what they could give birth in? Like the coolest thing?
I don't think so. I don't think they thought that far.
Volcanic rock.
What the fuck?
Yeah. My name's Ashy Volcano.
I gave birth to a fairy in a purple worm.
Yeah. It turned out that the whole thing didn't happen because we were all mad, and it's weird because, like, it makes sense. Like Oberon kind of is the ruler or whatever of the Feywild. I don't know what to call it. The father of all the Fey or something like that.
He's
And-
not the father of all the Fae. He's
He's a
he-
ruler of a kingdom, a Seelie kingdom.
he's part of the
Yeah.
Sealy court.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
but
like an archfey.
But the way that he's described is that he is the father of all fairies, like fairies, pixies, and so on and so forth. Not
Okay,
not
that makes
exact
sense.
Fairy Wild.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he put himself in Wicker's head while he was in that state of madness, or maybe he just made it all up. He's certainly hoping that it was real.
I definitely like to hear that I gave you some possible false hope.
Yeah, it's rough.
Damn.
But Wicker's got a thing where she is insanely optimistic, almost to a crazed fault. So that kind of doesn't put
Oh.
her down.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
okay,
seeing,
though.
I like seeing your
We
guys'
still love them.
reactions.
Yeah. Which why she's a great person to have in this maddening hellhole, because he's like, oh, I'm getting eaten. Cool.
Cool.
I'm just waiting for that one moment.
Well, speaking of
look,
waiting for that
I've
one
been
moment,
impaled.
Hallie, I'm sure you've been waiting for your moment to say what your favorite part of the systems are. So I don't want to keep you waiting. What's your favorite part of the
Yeah.
systems?
Oh yeah, there's questions.
I mean, yeah, the madness is great. Like the sanity loss in Call of Cthulhu, ain't nothing like it. It's so awful, but it's so good.
Is there
It's
a
so
specific moment that sticks out for you?
I mean, for my character, yeah, but I can't really say that because that's going into next episode with the forest.
Yeah, you can give off like a teaser, maybe.
Caesar.
Like a couple words.
The forest.
The
We'll
forest.
get into that. The next Homestead episode.
Yeah.
Sue?
Well, without any is there any other moments that maybe aren't too revealing that you could think of, or
I mean,
like what specifically do you think makes you like the insanity or the insanity system in Call of Cthulhu?
it's just fun to have that, like, oh no, I've lost this much sanity. I hope I don't get that. It's just a little fun little adrenaline rush.
Okay,
It's
like
fun to
a,
roleplay
oh,
going
no.
I
insane.
do that?
I could see
Yeah.
that being a lot of fun.
It's really fun,
Yeah,
especially
you-
when
you
you
would-
watch when it's.
No.
You know what? No, when it's not you going insane.
Yeah, it's fun watching you guys go insane.
It's watching other people. That's mostly great. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. We love that, and I guess leveling up in D&D is good too.
All right. Well, do you have any other closing thoughts on that, or no?
No.
All right. Well, then moving on to Alyssa. What's your favorite part of these systems, do you think?
I feel like I'm just repeating what everyone else has said. Insanity's great. It hasn't personally. I think it's only happened once to my character,
Has
which
it?
only lasted like 2 minutes because it was in a dream.
What?
Do you remember
Spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
I
what?
have no memory.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I'll,
It
I'll
was
tell
in-
you
it
guys.
was in a
I'll tell you
dream.
guys after we're done recording. But
That's true. That's true.
but
She had a moment
I had a moment
with
where I might have lost myself for a wee bit, and then I woke up and everything was fine. Anyways, yeah.
I think
tends to happen in
really-
Call of Cthulhu.
Really, the general consensus is like,
Okay.
I love acting insane.
And I love leveling up too. I
Correct.
like being
Oh,
powerful
yeah.
in D&D.
Because you can't be crazy in real life.
Well,
I mean, you could.
I mean, you could.
I don't.
Nothing's
think I've
I mean,
asked,
some
Technically
people
stopping
are,
you.
but like,
I don't.
it's not a
think,
good look
I
for
don't.
people who are aware.
Don't think I've asked Noah yet. Noah, what's your favorite part of these systems?
I know I went on the whole tangent with Wicker and Madness, but that's it's interesting. It makes you think in character, which is always fun. But I just like spells. I think I've said this numerous times. I love all the different
Yeah.
spells in D&D, and I looked over some spells in Call of Cthulhu, and they're a lot more visceral than the ones in D&D. Like there's one we talk about all the time where it puts water into somebody's lungs.
Yep.
They have more
Like, what the
consequences.
fuck?
I think
Which
it's
is
a
cool.
one action thing. Fill their fucking lungs with water. And then there's like a spell that takes like
Scary.
10 minutes to cast that just kills somebody outright. Like you put water in someone's lungs, they're gonna die. Like
Well, yeah, but what if you don't want it to do like a little
It's
painful slow death?
Well, they could cough it up. That's how it works, I assume.
I think if your lungs get filled with water, you are dead. Like I don't think.
Well, the spell doesn't kill you.
Yeah,
but I
people
don't
come
think,
back from
I
that
don't-
in real life.
right
if your
away.
lungs are filled to the brim with water, I don't think that's happening.
Well,
I
I'm
think
not sure it's
coming
filled to
right-
the brim. I think it just starts filling.
Like people who are like drowning, their lungs are filled with water.
Not completely.
well,
Water
no,
is-
but
and water is-
how the spell works. And there's so
Yeah.
many different ones in Call of Cthulhu and D&D, and I love fucking around with them. Especially
I know
just reading them, like reading the spells in the back of the book. It makes me feel like a real wizard.
True.
Well,
sorry, just to add on to what Noah just said, you can also like really vividly picture how the spell is kind of cast. Like for the tattoo spell that a character of mine ended up
Spoilers,
getting.
dude. Spoilers, dude.
Hey, I never said who got it.
Well,
The way that I
There was
pictured it is like
there was a tattoo that was inscribed on a character's skin, and it may have given him a spell.
the way that I pictured it is every time that it was cast, almost as if their whole body just kind of sunk in for a brief moment and then went back to its normal form. Like
Wow, that's awful.
because of the way that it works, it's like it's draining the magic points out of you, and with it also being a more graphic game, that's what was running through my mind
Yeah,
with how it looked.
and I love visualizing spells as well. Hearing how people describe their spells, that's always
true.
fun. Adds its own
Describing
little bit of
spells is
flavor.
great.
well. Speaking of things that people love, are there any aspects you'd like to combine from these different systems? You know, maybe just adding the entirety of the insanity system to D&D, or maybe you just fucking hate having to roll percentile dice, like just adding like a D20 system of Call of Cthulhu. Like, what do you guys think? What do you think your favorite aspects you'd like to combine? We'll start with Alyssa.
Don't start with me.
I like the blank space. I like the blank space.
I thought you didn't like the blank space.
Well, what can I say?
You're welcome.
Goofy.
I don't know. I really
All right,
don't. I need a
well,
minute. I need a minute.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on to Halia.
I really think people need to start making D&D actually spooky. Because it's not really, and it's sad because there's so many opportunities to make it terrifying.
When you run in a session,
Some people
Yeah.
don't like.
when you run in a
spookies.
horror session,
Oh, if I run anything, it's gonna be Call of Cthulhu.
well, you can give it a shot.
Yeah, I know. I would one day, hopefully, of Call of Cthulhu. I don't think I could run D&D because
So,
that's not really
kind of adding
my forte.
the fear factor into D&D.
Yeah, because I don't know. D&D's like, oh no, I hope we don't lose this fight, but that's kind of it. We're not like, oh my god, this is terrible. At least, I mean, I am. I'm like that. I'm like, oh, if we lose this fight, dang.
I can kind of see.
Yeah.
I see where you're kind of coming from, there.
Yeah,
Like for.
because
Sorry, continue.
no, it's fine.
I was just gonna say that with having clerics in a party, it kind of takes away that fear factor of permanently losing your character.
Yeah.
Like I think a way that striking a bit more fear into people is getting rid of revive spells and stuff like that. or having more instances where your party is taken control by a necromancer as they pass away, kind of thing. Like instead of freeing the soul from the body, the soul is stuck on this plane, forced to fight against their old allies with no memory of it.
Or just not handing out diamonds so much. Like, you know how rare diamonds are? Like, the fact that we can just walk into any jewelry store and go, I want 500 gold worth of diamonds, it's just so, like... I think it's a fantasy world. It's not... It's fiction. But, like, you gotta think, that's something, like, you walk into a jewelry store and you're like, I want 500 gold worth of diamonds, you're gonna look at it and go, haha, no, we don't have that, dumbass. Like...
Well, they would, just in necklace form, or ring form.
No, okay, it's worth more
They'll
because...
just have raw diamonds.
No, but that's
It all depends on the city and where it's located and what its trades are like.
Yeah.
It's just like the fact that, like, sure, you can buy a necklace worth 500 gold that has a diamond in it, but the diamond itself isn't worth 500 gold. The price is for the make and craft of it. The diamond is maybe worth like 50 gold if I had to guess, because it's like, you know, it's tiny, it's really small. But
I know.
People pay for the artisanry and the obscurity of it, right? And the fact that it's worth so much means it's rare. So I find, like, us going into like jewelers and being like, I want like this many like gold worth of fucking diamonds. Like, you gotta think those people are like, I haven't even seen that much worth of fucking diamonds in my life.
So I'm not sure that happens like at all. I'm pretty sure most of the time we find diamonds either part of a horde or like part of some adventure.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think most of the time that I can remember of people being like, we need diamonds, we just go out and buy them. Like, the horde and stuff, like, yeah, but then the DM was like, well, I don't really know how many worth, like, of his 90,000 gold worth of fucking gems is diamonds. Like, I don't really know. Like, don't put that thought into it. But I, like, especially in my last Forgotten Realms campaigns, like, you guys did just go and buy diamonds. Like, that was an occurrence. And I was like, yeah, you know, they would, because why the fuck not? But that's mainly because I don't want to stop you guys from being revived. You know, what DM wants their party to die?
And I think that's an important part of the discussion with like removing Revivify or removing those revive spells in the game. Is that, you know, it sucks to die, and sometimes you really want to keep the character, but it's something you have to talk with the group about, right?
But that's the fun part of it, though. Like, yeah, your character you love dies.
There's more stake.
But that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And that's why,
like, your loved ones are gonna die.
There is that worry.
But when you're in a fantasy realm, that's not what you want to worry about.
You're trying to escape.
Especially, like,
I get it.
any...
But, like, if I was playing D&D and I was told, like, your character can't come back because revive doesn't exist, I would be like, bruh, okay.
And that's why, like, just
Fair.
if you want to balance it out to make it more scary, just make these materials more scarce, right? You walk into a jeweler's and you're like, I want 100 gold worth of diamonds.
Yeah, they
like,
definitely should be more rare.
Like, I don't have that. Like, I have, like, maybe 15 gold worth of diamonds, of just diamonds. The rest of these necklaces are worth, like, 2,000 gold, and you'll be lucky if you can squeeze 50 fucking gold worth of diamonds out of it, right? Like, that's kind of like, instead of removing the spells entirely, just making them more scarce.
It all depends if that's the campaign you're trying to play.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's...
No, you go on.
Sorry. It's also just, like fantasy for me, I think of, like, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is not scary. Like, sure, the, like, what are they called? The Nazgul?
Yep.
Nazgul are, like, weird. But I don't find them, like, a terrifying thing. And I know there's, like, supposed to be, but I don't think they are. And Sauron, he's not scary either. So I'm just like, I don't find fantasy settings scary, which is sad.
That's the point of fantasy.
Yeah, I know.
To be
which
scary.
Is
because fantasy has to
some fun parts
target a certain demographic. Because if fantasy was scary, people who don't like that shit would be turned off of it, and they want.
And there are certain
Yeah.
fantasy stories. Yeah, there are certain fantasy stories that delve more into the horror side, like Curse of Strahd, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like that's why
But that's
I'll
for a
try.
certain demographic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the main
Yeah.
gist is people go to D&D to escape reality, and
Yeah.
people go to Call of Cthulhu to get traumatized more by more fantastical reality.
Yeah,
Well,
I
However,
think
yeah.
let's move on to let's jump back over to Melissa. Surely she's got her answer by now, right?
Okay.
I mean, I was kind of sidetracked on the whole conversation that we were having that I didn't really think about it.
But surely
And
you've
the
got
saga
answer.
continues.
But surely you've got the answer, right?
Surely. I feel like I'm going back to school when I'm being called on by the teacher to answer a fucking math problem, and I'm like,
that's a fucking core memory in her head.
I'm
5 plus 10.
I'm actually scarred by one of them.
Yeah.
But
What's 3x plus 2y minus 10?
don't ask
equal?
me. I don't know.
Stop it,
I
you're
don't
scaring
know.
her.
I don't know.
Give me an counter.
All right, go back.
Well,
to
we
each
have
episode and
for
count how
well,
many
I think
albums.
they have added sanity into D&D. It's just whether or not the DM wants to put that in there, because there is
Yeah.
a stat for it. It's an optional rule in the DM's guide, and I think it even we occasionally use it in Under the Abyss.
Yeah,
We have a sanity counter or something.
it's a level system, so depending on depending on what happens and how often it does, the level goes up depending. And once that level hits level 3, you gain some sort of madness until some way to get rid of it, like magical wise, or
Yeah.
like
Like-
good.
greater
Greater
restoration.
restoration,
Or it's a nice
Well-
talk.
Okay, I have an answer.
All right.
Let's go.
But this is more so if you asked me like a few months ago when we first started playing Home's End.
Minutes.
What?
God, you said
She
a few
said
minutes
months.
ago.
No, she said few
She
months.
said
It's
months.
just 7 months.
What?
Can we get a
I think-
schizophrenic counter on me?
I think they fucking know that we're like way ahead in Home's End than the podcast is. Anyways, when we first started getting into Call of Cthulhu, I wished the combat was similar to D&D because I found the shift between the two very like,
And jarring.
yeah, it was out of the norm for me. But I probably just like was like, new system, this is weird, I don't like it.
People don't like change.
Honestly, I
But
kind of.
now I think it's fine. But I felt like you have more, I guess, options in D&D than you do Call of Cthulhu. But I don't really know. I think now I'm
both
fine
you
with
can-
it. Now I'm fine with it. But
I find myself kind of thinking that as well. Even now, it's just kind of like I don't like the rigidness of Call of Cthulhu combat. Like I like the fact that like if you have a gun drawn, you're more likely to go first. Plus 52 initiative if you're gonna shoot. But I hate the fact that it's like every single combat is the same order of initiative. Like
Yeah.
pretty much no matter what.
Yeah.
I like the random aspect of D&D. But
The initiative. I like how you roll for initiative.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
I like the random aspect where it's just not stale and rigid. Because I feel like after a while you're like, okay, well, I know I'm
We
going
know- we
last,
know
and I get
who's
to do
going
one
first,
thing, and
yeah.
then that's that, and blah blah. Kind of similar to D&D, but the fact that there's still a chance that even the person with a -1 dex can go first is cool.
yeah.
So I agree with you there, or at least past you there.
I think it's like a push and pull, depends on the day. Cuz right now we've been playing more Call of Cthulhu than we have D&D, so right now I'm like, "Oh, this is fine." But I'm sure when we go back to like playing more D&D or vice versa or whatever the fucking thing is, I'm going to be like, "Whoa."
Yeah, honestly, also combat's pretty rare, so it's not really that big of a problem.
Quick,
No, when it does happen
Fucking
though,
Ryan
yeah.
dies.
It's usually a big thing.
Ryan chokes to death.
Ryan chokes to death.
Well, let's hop over to
Who filled water in your lungs.
Yeah,
did
let's
it.
hop over to Evan because he's choking on water in his lungs.
I actually just thought about this recently, and kind of mixing the whole aspect of wanting to roll higher numbers for Call of Cthulhu, just the percentile dice, because it's not used as much as you'd think in D&D, since obviously it's not the main roll, but to incorporate those rolls a bit differently with clerics. Oh, whoa. With their channel divinities and anything to do with them trying to reach their god. Like, something that'd be kind of cool is, depending on what your alignment is and what your god's alignment is, that should determine whether you want to roll low or roll high.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, say you're a worshiper of Asmodeus, and or you have another person that's a worshiper of Lathander. Well, Lathander is a good aligned, I believe.
Yep.
You'd want to roll lower because, usually the lower numbers means... Wait, no, I'm getting that mixed up. No, you want to roll higher numbers for
D&D.
Higher numbers for
cleric.
D&D.
Yeah, for D&D.
Lower numbers for Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, so what you want to do is, instead of rolling all high numbers to try and reach your god, with good, it would be trying to reach the highest number. With neutral, it'd be trying to reach the closest middle number. And for evil, you want to roll the lowest number possible.
Okay.
Just kind of based on the whole luck scenario thing. I don't know.
That'd be cool. I could see that.
Noah looks so confused.
No, I get it. It's just, it seems needlessly complicated.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Needless complications, ho.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying though, where you want
I get it, but I
you
don't.
want
A different
you want there
way
to be you want there to be better, at least. It's a fucking piece of string on my keyboard, and I got just completely sidetracked. I'm sorry.
What do you need? What do you have to say, Alan?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Or you don't even ask.
Yeah, you can just go.
Take your hall pass and
I
go.
don't know.
Talia.
Here's
I don't
your
know.
hall
Just
pass.
in case someone- In case someone's like, "What the fuck, Halia? Why are you going to the bathroom? Why are you leaving?"
Oh boy, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Are you pooping?
Okay.
Skibbity toilet.
Lock in. Okay.
Brain
that was
rot.
Very short. That was a very short cut. Noah, I want to know your answer to this. I want to hear you.
Me?
I want your words to
Well,
be
like I
heard.
was trying to say before, but my brain keeps lagging and stuttering. Evan's talking about he wants to have moments where it's better to roll low in D&D.
Yeah.
And I think I get that because in Call of Cthulhu there are sometimes when you want to fail, like when there are moments when you first get madness, you roll an intelligence check, and if you fail that intelligence check, you don't fully grasp the nature of what's happening, so it doesn't affect you as much. And I think having rolls that you want to fail is interesting on how that'd be incorporated. Maybe like I think I made a spell called Turn. It was a small cantrip, and what it did was you can point at somebody and force them to make a save. And if they failed that save, they would attack the nearest creature. And a way that I thought of using it I would point at an ally, and no matter what, they have to make the save. But if they failed, they could attack the enemy that was in front of them.
Ooh,
I thought
so
that'd be
kinda
interesting.
Kind of like with the Battlemaster fighter, I believe. Is that?
It is.
where
It's
you
called
can-
commanding attack or commanding
Yeah.
strike.
Yeah.
It's a way for spellcasters to do that as well. In
Shout
case
out
they-
to my man at arms fans. Okay. We love you. I'm a part of those fellas. I love playing the support fighters,
Darkest
fighters,
Dungeon.
Battle Master fighters, the Darkest Dungeon heads. We love you. We stay focused. We stay winning. We keep the team moving forward.
I don't know if we stay
keep
focused.
We notice you.
We keep the
we
moves
love
striking.
you.
You are heard. I love you. Okay.
Shout out to my Plague Doctor fans out there. It's kind of bad though.
But you were saying though.
Yeah, the concept of rolling low and wanting to fail will be interesting because it happens sometimes in Call of Cthulhu. I also just like the madness system in certain campaigns, like in Strahd. It could be interesting. And also there was a little thing in Van Richten's guide, which I read a little bit of, where you would there were classes before you would even reach level 1. Like there were archetypes for playing like a level 0 character. And there was like one where you could cast like a single cantrip a couple times a day. There was like a sword dude. There was another where it was like you had like one use of healing word. And I think it adds on to what Hallie was saying, where the characters are weak, so it's more scary to get into these combat situations. And I think it'll be interesting to use that style of play in D&D, where it's more Call of Cthulhu-esque from Van Richten's guide.
Definitely would be very interesting to see that kind of like play out, seeing the fragility of a character before kind of growing into this powerful master of their own trade, right? You know, you start off as like a wizard that can cast Firebolt 3 times a day to fucking cut to level 11 when you're already turning people inside out, right?
But like even casting Firebolt 3 times a day, like I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds fucking wild. And just having such a small amount of magic makes you appreciate the magic even more. At least it would for me, where I would be like, I can fucking cast Firebolt twice? Oh my god, that's insane!
We stay
I'm a
winning.
wizard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Be fun to try.
Definitely.
Not to eat.
Play-Doh.
Yeah. I love me some Play-Doh. Well, I think this next question might take a little bit too much time to answer, so why don't we just sit here and chat for a little bit about
What the
we've learned.
frick?
Well, me asking what does your perfect system look like, kind of, you know, it probably could take up an
That's
hour in of itself, right? Like it's a lot of.
That's a loaded question.
It is a,
Yeah, it is a big
very,
question.
very loaded question, and I think honestly we could probably dedicate a whole topic to it. Whole topic, you know what? Fuck it. One day we'll stream.
I don't think I'm experienced enough to say what a perfect system would be.
No,
I am.
I don't even know. I roll dice. I do what the DM tells me to do.
That's my perfect
We'll have
system.
an MS Paint
Rolling
stream and
dice.
we'll start marking all this stuff down.
Yeah, I'm surprised I can even focus on what the systems we do play are like. All right. Surprised I can even wrap my head around that shit.
Me too, brother.
It is what
Well,
it is.
How I'll just since we got a little bit of time, are you guys excited to try this new Avatar system?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I read a little bit about it, and there's this like balance system where you have like core beliefs, and the core beliefs are very important to your character because people can call you out if you do something that isn't in line with those core beliefs. It's an actual ruling where somebody goes like, "Hey, what you just did was weird. You should be doing this," and you like force them to roll based on their belief.
Oh, that's scary.
Fucking
I'm not cultured enough.
bingo, that's what I like to fucking hear, dude. This is such a roleplay oriented system. I
Yeah.
cannot fucking wait to try it.
There's also
Even
there
though
are
I'm gonna be
rules
DMing
for, like, there are rules for like guiding people through moments. So if somebody like loses like there are like conditions you can get where it's like afraid, disgusted,
Yeah.
whatever, and there are rules specifically for guiding people through those moments and like having a discussion with them.
Yeah.
Funky.
It adds such an
Talking
no
extra
jutsu.
depth, dude. Yeah,
We
literally.
could play Riley's emotions.
So
Hey, yo.
I'd honestly like to hear what the viewers' opinions are on Avatar: The Last Airbender.
yeah. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch
I
it.
personally-
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I watched episode 1 yesterday.
Well, tomorrow let's watch some.
True.
True.
Am I picking you guys up and you're coming over and we're watching it?
Oh, Alyssa's gonna
Bet.
be there too.
I can't meet till after work. Because I have to
Okay.
work.
Well, I'm super excited to try because it is a
Calm down,
roleplay
calm
oriented
down.
system,
Come down.
and also I love Avatar. I'm a little bit of a I don't even know how to describe it.
A fan?
Well, I'm a fan.
Aficionado?
Yeah, I mean, the kind of the beliefs a lot of the characters have. I'm a little bit of a I'm a soy I'm a little boy for him. I don't even know.
You
how to
like the
describe-
beliefs?
I love them. I love them.
Like you
Yeah, I have
follow
a-
the same beliefs?
I love the idea of balance. And
You're a little boy for
little
them?
boy for him.
It's a little
I,
soy boy
I
cup.
think he's trying to say that it's a big part of his childhood.
Not yeah, and it kind of molded me into being like that. Oh, I believe that I do believe that everyone should achieve balance in themselves before they can help.
I
other people,
remember
right?
when the first episode came out, and that shit was awesome.
Damn.
Yeah,
Really?
okay, old man.
Hell yeah.
You remember when your fucking families got caught in the Titanic too?
Yeah.
Jesus, bet you're around.
Do you remember,
with
do you remember the
dinosaurs.
dinosaur?
You said you'd never bring it up again.
That was awful.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I love you, baby.
Yeah, I bring it back to balance. You gotta
Yeah.
censor yourself.
I think balance and
Calm down.
spiritualism specifically too. The idea that not only are you your physical body, but there's a spirit to it that you should treat with the same amount of respect that you treat your own body, or even more respect if you don't give a fuck about your body.
Jeez.
Just like me, you guys can tell I don't.
We're struggling on both
Bro.
sides here.
Yeah. My body's a temple, and brother, I be tracking
It's
whatever
well
garbage I
fed.
want.
And
Yeah,
brother's
bro-
covered in graffiti.
But
Um,
boy, the spiritual temple is looking nice. I just got a new hot tub put in. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's a lot of good lessons to learn from it. And I'm very excited to try it, see how it translates. Even though I doubt I'll ever get to play in it, it'll be a real fucking joy. And especially
For
trying to capture, because there's some NPCs in there that are in the show, and I'm excited to try to.
Oh, base.
Is
Yeah.
Toph in it?
I don't know, but I know Zuko's in it. He's
Oh!
yeah, in
Top-
the like the
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Toph is
Guys.
my favorite character, hands down.
I'm a Zuko
Same.
enjoyer. Zuko Iroh.
I think I'm a
enjoyer.
Zuko man too.
I cared a little bit about the show
I need to
because of Sokka, but then Toph was introduced, and I was like, this show just got good.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah! What can I say? I love my angsty teens. You've always thrown everything you had at me, but now I could give it back. Rah!
He's so mean.
He's just so me, dude.
Is that
He's
is that
me,
Zuko?
Pill.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zuko
That's when he's
when he
out
lights
like
up
it's
a
like
redirect
storming.
lightning, yeah.
Oh,
Or
I don't
the
know.
that's not like me at all. How can you say that?
Yeah.
How can you say that? Iroh though is a fucking great character. I don't think anyone.
Yeah, I don't know how
No
well
one's gonna
I'm gonna.
dispute that.
I checked, you were right in front of me.
Evan's talking to nobody.
What the fuck are you yelling?
Evan's quite
at?
insane. But yeah, I don't know how well I would do in the Avatar role playing game, because my wisdom in real life is like -4. Like you gotta be like. I can barely even fucking speak right now. How am I gonna help somebody, guide somebody through some shit?
You just gotta just throw some shit together. You're like someone's having a hard time. Be like, picture you're
Get
a
better.
fish in a pond, and you need
Be
to get
good.
to
Get
another
better.
pond. You
Yeah.
jump.
Have you heard of BetterHelp?
Have you heard of BetterHelp? We're
We're
not
not
sponsored.
sponsored, Halia.
Not sponsored yet.
What, did I say
Maybe
we were
someday.
sponsored by BetterHelp? No, it was a
You
joke.
just did.
Yeah, just be like, picture you're a fish in a bowl of rice, and you want to get to that bowl of water. You must jump out of the bowl of rice
fuck?
and into the bowl of water, and just see if that fucking. I don't know. That's what.
You know what?
like,
I feel a lot better now. Thank you, Ryan.
Wise people just throw like they're so fucking fake. You just throw some shit together and hope people can grasp at it. Like,
Yeah.
like that's literally how
The
it is.
body
It's
and
like,
the mind
like,
must be connected
picture-
through
picture-
the heart. The heart is the machine, is the steaming coal of the train that is your body.
There,
Carl
you're wise,
Ackerman.
Noah.
That was really good.
Let's fucking go.
Post
I
that
totally
on
did
it.
r/guru posting, and you'll make a couple hundred upvotes. But as much wisdom people try to pour into things, a lot of it is just being like, picture you are blank and you want to do blank. How do you do this? You just do blank. Like you are
That's
a
crazy.
charcoal pencil who.
That
wants
would
to
be
write
a
it
great Mad Lib.
I
That
think
is a mad
I think
one.
wisdom doesn't necessarily stem from anything, but as long as you have the knowledge to take your words and grow from them. Like, yeah, you can have stupid analogies, but as long as you understand the analogy and somehow put it to use, I'm just gonna shut up.
This is
Speaking
gonna
I
be-
mean,
Speaking
I'm
of-
just being like, I do
speaking
not
of-
have the
Bro,
capacity.
we were listening.
Speaking of shutting up,
I was just making a face.
I just looked over at Noah and he was like,
I'm sorry, I broke you.
speaking of, this is the end of the episode. We don't have much time left. Honestly, our time is expended.
No way.
Yeah.
dude,
I'm
you're
not
my
even sure if
pan.
we'll be
Gonna
able to
happen.
get our buys out before the episode ends.
Bye.
anyways,
Bye.
No way.
Let's try
Bye.
to breeze through this. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll see you again next week, next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in Fridays.
Watch
to
Descent of
Holmes End. Yeah,
Zen.
Descent to Holmes End. Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Explore
I
the
made the
town.
music for it. I made the music
Oh
for
my
it.
True, it's in there. Check it out.
Shout
Shit's
to
based.
Evan.
Credit to
Explore
Evan.
this
Music
this
that lasts
unassuming
for,
little town to see what
3
kind of
minutes.
mysteries the party can unfold, and join the party yourself to collect cool rewards. Anyways, I'll mark down the XP on your sheet in a little bit, and we hopefully will get through